Have you ever worked with someone who constantly needs reassurance, or someone who shuts down the moment things get emotional? Maybe you found yourself overreacting to small things at work and then wondering why. Well, it might not just be personality, it could be your attachment style. In this video, I'm breaking down how childhood patterns show up in adult workplaces, why some people cling, avoid, or overreact, and what to do about it. If you want healthier, less stressful work relationships, this one's for you. I'm Jo Banks. I spent almost 20 years as a senior HR professional before setting up my coaching practice 16 years ago. Since then, I have worked with tens of thousands of people from all walks of life, and I'm sharing what I know. Have you ever worked with someone who constantly seeks reassurance from their manager? Or a colleague who keeps everyone at arm's length, refusing to collaborate or open up? Or perhaps someone who blows up at minor feedback and then retreats and sulks? While these behaviours may seem purely personality based, there's often something deeper at play. Attachment styles. Originally rooted in childhood development psychology, attachment theory also offers powerful insights into adult relationships, including the ones we have at work. So let's get straight to it. What is attachment theory? Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby and expanded by Mary Ainsworth, explains how early bonding experiences with caregivers shape our expectations of relationships throughout life. In simple terms, the way we were cared for as children influences how safe, trusting, or anxious we feel in relationships as adults. While this is often discussed in the context of romantic relationships, the same patterns show up at work, especially in how we deal with authority, conflict, collaboration, and feedback. There are four main attachment styles. First is secure, second, anxious, also known as preoccupied, the third, avoidant, also known as dismissive, and the fourth, disorganized, also known as fearful avoidant. Let's explore each one with examples from the workplace. The four attachment styles. Number one, secure attachment, confident and balanced. Work traits, comfortable with autonomy and teamwork, open to feedback without becoming defensive, builds trust with others easily, manages conflict calmly. People with secure attachment style tend to thrive in workplace relationships. They assume others are generally trustworthy, they're comfortable with closeness and independence, and they bounce back from setbacks more easily. These are the colleagues and managers who can set boundaries, support others, and lead with clarity and compassion. What helps them thrive? Healthy work environments, transparent communication, and recognition and respect. Number two, anxious attachment, clingy, overthinkers, feedback seekers. Work traits, often needs reassurance and validation, sensitive to perceived criticism or exclusion, struggles with boundaries, for example, overworking to please. Next, may become overly dependent on their manager or team. This style often stems from inconsistent caregiving in childhood. Sometimes their needs were met, sometimes not, leading to chronic uncertainty in relationships. At work, they may seek frequent approval, read too much into ambiguous emails, or feel threatened by constructive criticism. You might see them saying things like, "Was that okay? Do you think they're annoyed at me? I'm worried that I've done something wrong." They're not being dramatic. They genuinely feel unsafe when relationships feel shaky. How to support them? Offer regular, consistent feedback. Be clear and specific in communication. Set boundaries compassionately. Reassure them of their value regularly. Number 3, avoidant attachment. Independent but distant. Work traits. Keep emotional distance. Value independence, sometimes to a fault. May avoid collaboration or support. Struggle to open up or trust others. Individuals who are avoidantly attached typically grew up with caregivers who discouraged emotional expression or prioritized self reliance over emotional connection. As a result, they learnt to manage emotions privately and avoid vulnerability. In the workplace, they may withdraw during team building activities, dislike being micromanaged, view feedback as intrusive or controlling, seem cold or aloof or uninterested even when they care. They're not unkind, they're just trying to stay in control of their environment and avoid emotional discomfort. How to support them? Respect their need for autonomy, avoid overly emotional and intense interactions, be patient, trust may build slowly. Offer feedback with facts, not feelings. Number 4, disorganized attachment, reactive and unpredictable. Work traits. Fluctuates between clingy and avoidant. May overreact to perceived threats or rejection. Struggles with authority and rules. Can be explosive, moody, or withdrawn. This is the most complex style and is often linked to trauma or neglect in childhood. People with disorganized attachment want connection but fear it at the same time. They might long for support but push people away the moment they feel vulnerable. This can make their behavior seem confusing or erratic. At work, this might look like overreacting to mild feedback, becoming hostile and then apologetic, sabotaging close working relationships, struggling with consistency or self regulation. How to support them? Maintain calm and consistent boundaries. Avoid taking their behaviour personally. Encourage professional support like coaching or counselling. Create psychological safety by staying grounded during conflict. Why it matters at work. Workplaces are full of interpersonal dynamics, power structures, collaboration, competition, communication, and trust. It's no wonder that attachment patterns play out just as much here as they do in personal life. Recognizing these patterns in ourselves and others can improve communication, reduce unnecessary conflict, build trust based teams, support better performance and mental health. For example, if you're a manager with an anxious team member, you'll know they're not being needy just to ignore you. They're genuinely seeking psychological safety. If you work with someone avoidant, you won't pressure them into team lunches or overshare personal stories. Instead, you can give them space and let trust grow slowly. It's about meeting people where they are, not where you wish they'd be. What about you? It's also helpful to consider your own attachment style at work. Ask yourself, do I overwork to prove myself or to gain approval? Do I find it hard to trust colleagues or to open up? Do I avoid conflict and shut down instead of addressing issues? Do I feel anxious when I don't get a reply to an email? Your answers can offer insight into your patterns and needs. None of the styles are bad, but some may hold you back if left unchecked or unprocessed. For example, anxious attachment may lead to burnout, while avoidant attachment could limit your career growth if you don't form the right relationships. Can attachment styles change? Yes. While our default style is usually rooted in childhood, awareness, consistent effort can help us shift towards a more secure attachment. This is often called earned security. With the right support, like coaching, therapy, or a healthy workplace, people can learn to trust, collaborate, and communicate in new and more effective ways. Managers and organizations play a huge role here. Workplaces that prioritize psychological safety, and I have a video on that, I'll leave the link below, clear communication, and compassionate leadership tend to help people move towards secure attachment regardless of where they started. The wrap up. Attachment styles offer a powerful lens for understanding ourselves and others, not just in personal relationships, but in work too. When you realize that people are not just difficult, but maybe reacting from old attachment wounds, it opens up a whole new level of empathy and strategy. It increases your emotional intelligence. Whether you're a team member, a leader, or business owner, understanding attachment styles can help you create healthier, more productive, and more human workplaces. If you often feel confused by a colleague's behavior or your own, maybe it's time to ask, what might this person be afraid of? What need are they trying to meet? The answers can be surprisingly healing. What next? If you have anything you'd like to add to today's video or any topics you'd like to see me cover in future, please leave them in the comment section below. I read and respond to everything. I really love interacting with you all. If you enjoyed this video, can I ask a huge favour, please? Please support this channel with a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. It's completely free, and if you don't have a YouTube account, it takes seconds to set one up, and that's completely free too. You'll never get emails from me, YouTube, or anyone else, and it really does make a massive difference in helping me grow this channel. Finally, thank you to everybody who stays until the very end, and thank you so much for your support. It really means the absolute world to me. Thank you.